Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin, I'm a geek, you are watching Kevin the Geek, and welcome back to the day where I finish Series 3. So, of course, it is a double upload day. This episode is, of course, coming out in the morning. Episode 6, the Series 3 finale, is going to be coming out later on in the afternoon. And, of course, next month I'll be starting Series 4. But in between that, at some point, it may be out by the time this comes out. It may be out in the next couple of weeks or so. It depends when I get the time to be able to do it. But I am going to be doing the Series 3 Christmas special, which will be a Patreon exclusive between now and December. And it will come to YouTube in December. So if you want to check it out early, you will need to make sure you sign up to the Patreon. But for now, this is Series 3 Episode 5, and it is called Something to Share. Ah!
Are you sure you need a cake? Because you can't eat it.
I just wish I knew what you and your mates were saying sometimes.
They're not my mates.
Not my mates.
There's no Zumba today. Gonna work on my core.
How long is this go?
I've noticed you often talk about your sister, and it seems like maybe...
It cannot have escaped your attention that Kitty's sister was not as nice as Kitty would like to remember.
Oh no! How to see ghosts. Oh God.
You do know that if you ever wanted to share anything with me, you know you can.
Like a yogurt?
No. You were starting to tell me about your sister and a ball.
Yes, I was.
Kitty, what an absolutely splendid house of cards.
Oh!
It's taken me hours.
You're
What a way to do it by putting Alison, because obviously I'm presuming that Kitty's sister didn't actually look like Alison. Otherwise, that would be very, very weird.
Father was very formal. He liked to be in charge and to be respected.
Yeah.
But he was very kind of heart.
Kitty's just sharing some memories with Mum, isn't it?
Well, I hardly think it's fair to single out Kitty.
I once stole a keyring from the gift shop at the Amberley Chalk Pits.
Goodness gracious.
Well, we all did stuff like that when we were kids.
I was 36, Alison.
Well, I would never have had you down for a thief.
This is the big bad butcher man come alive. Go for the big bad butcher man.
Oh my God.
Just this morning I saw her with a new pig.
Oh, you're trying to get me tipsy. Oh, you are saucy.
Oh, saucy.
I'm going to look at my dress.
You poor thing.
Oh no.
Those beastly moths.
At least they've left yours.
Funny that.
What's that?
Just a smoothie.
What's in it?
It's berries.
He's gonna puke.
Look on the so.
Ooh.
We're going to...
Oh no.
Eleanor? The door went open.
Hi.
Hey. Hey, here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perhaps. She wanted me to break it. It was a mean thing to do. So very mean.
Oh.
On my birthday.
Oh, I don't think I can afford that many balloons, Robin.
I'm addicted to gossip, to other people's problems. The worse, the better. Well, isn't that what you've been doing all day? Digging around in Kitty's relationship with her sister to take your mind off your own one?
Very well observed.
I'm glad I can't see them.
Oh my words. What an amazing episode. That was an amazing episode. So I remember the episode where obviously we revealed the death of Thomas. And I loved how they did it in a very, sort of unconventional way. Now, obviously, they didn't reveal how Kitty died in this episode, but the way that it was done was very unconventional. And my wonderment, because I know that this would have been the first series where they would have been filming, with like COVID restrictions. Had it not been for COVID, would they have done it a little bit more conventionally and had, new actors coming in, like the person who briefly played Kitty's sister or the one who briefly played Kitty's dad, would they have had much more of a prominent role within the episode? Or would they have still gone down the route of, Alison being Kitty's sister, the captain being the dad, and everything like that? So it is a very interesting way. And I really like it when people think outside the box when it comes to filming. Because I think a lot of times TV shows can follow a very simple and generic formula. At times they can just go, here's a story, here's the people, we put them in the room, we do the thing, line, gag, line, gag, line, bit of a sob moment, line, gag. Whereas Ghosts is constantly playing loose and fast with how it does the show. And I'm not going to lie, I love it. I love when it does things a little bit differently. Learning a bit more about Kitty's past, showing that she's not always as happy as they may make her out to be. Making her more of a real person, showing in a way that her incessant bubbliness is a way of hiding the pain. I like that. I really do. And just every episode just gives a little bit something more for each of the characters. And to the point that you have it with Mike here, that he kind of wants to see the ghosts. I mean, by the end of the episode, he's like, I'm glad I can't see them. But he's gone to a great length in an attempt to try and see them. I mean, like I said, in theory, could you do something that's a little bit less risky in a way? I mean, I suppose technically dying is not going to be necessarily unrisky, but if you're going to do it, just say, can you, Alison, literally strangle me, cover my mouth until I pass out, and then literally immediately revive me, with CPR and stuff like that. That would be theoretically an easier way to do it. But at the same time, you're like, oh, if you do that, what if he doesn't come back? Oh, that's a point. What if he doesn't come back? What if he tried to do that and he actually ended up being a ghost? That could be a way of doing it. I don't know if I've ever thought that idea before. I've toyed with the idea of Mike being able to see the ghosts, at least by the end of the series. It would be fun for him to have an interaction with them. Yeah, I really like that episode. I don't know about the whole Lucy thing, because she's obviously been sort of ever present in this series. I think it was the second episode I think she first appeared in. Then she missed one, then she was back last time, then they had their whole argument, she went off, and then they're hearing it going, yeah, maybe we'd like to meet her, maybe we wouldn't. She's awaiting the response, and then she finally does get back and says, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know whether she's going to end up being a character all the way through, if maybe they're introducing her as a plot point to maybe be like, she's a scammer or something. That's one that's been playing on my mind a little bit. It feels like she could easily be a scammer and she's out to do something. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, obviously later on today, it is going to be the last episode of Series 3. And then fingers crossed I'll have the time to be able to record and put out the Christmas special at the same time for Patreon, of course, so you'd have to sign up there. But until the next episode, thank you so very much for watching. Subscribe if you're new, drop your comments below, turn on notifications, all the usual bits and bobs. And like I said, the Patreon is there if you want early access to my content. But until next time, my name's Kevin. I'm a geek, and you've been watching Kevin the Geek. Goodbye.